Hello everyone, Bob Believers around the world. It's now official. We have reached 50 subscribers on the channel. All praises to the Most High Yah Yahuwah for this milestone. Now, there's some things I would just like to say about this milestone. For starters, reaching 50 subscribers is very special. Now, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at people who do YouTube channels about being in the world and covering worldly topics, 50 is tiny. But when you are teaching the Most High Yah's truth and uplifting his people all around the world, 50 is very special, because I've been shadow banned for a long time, where no matter how much I post, my videos just won't be put into the algorithm. They are hidden by YouTube. So reaching 50 is a very hard task because, the wicked powers that be don't want this truth getting out to the masses, all right? Now, I'm going to tell a little bit of a story about something that the Most High Yah showed me recently, which has been absolutely beautiful. So it's been over a year since the Most High Yah has called me to be a light unto the Gentiles and, preach this truth unto the other nations. And I've been doing that for a year now, all right? But it was starting to get to a point a few weeks ago where I was starting to feel very stressed out and just discouraged because I was posting all of these lessons, but whenever I would go online, the Gentiles who I would see hated Israel. All right. I was seeing stuff like, J.D. Vance and the whiteness. I was seeing MAGA and the white pride and the black fatigue and all this other type of stuff. And I was starting to think to myself, despite, all of the scriptures confirming, that this is what us Israelites is supposed to be, a priest, a holy nation of priests and a light unto the nations. I was starting to feel discouraged because I'm like, Yahuwah, none of these people even like your people. They don't like you and they don't like us. And, mainly you're talking about the sons and daughters of Japhet right here. All this MAGA, black fatigue, white supremacy stuff I was seeing, I was starting to feel like I was wasting my time, and maybe that this Caucasian Bible believer that I've been preaching to doesn't really exist. I was starting to feel that. But that was the devil making those feelings. And the Most High Yah showed me something amazing. Out of the blue, my feed completely changed. And I started seeing all of these Japhites all over the world who are in the covenant and who love and respect the true children of Israel. And it just goes to show that internet, social media, the whole 9 yards, it's not real life. And just like I've been shadow banned, righteous Gentiles have been shadow banned. So it felt like that every single Gentile is wicked and wants Israel to be harmed. But in reality, that's not true. And there's millions of Bible believers all around the world of all nations who are in Yah's covenant and want to hear this truth. But the internet have been shadow banning them and not letting them show up in my feed. I've seen so many, this time and time again, people of other nations calling on the name of Yahuwah. And it's been absolutely beautiful to see, even though, these aren't, people who are necessarily in this congregation, they're out there and Yah cares about them and, they're growing. There's more coming into the truth every day. And it's been a beautiful thing to see the truth revealed and how Satan tried to paint a narrative that was not accurate. Another thing I like to say is I like to thank, sons and daughters of the covenant of Yah, Moray Josiah, Dookie Dollars, Saved Hebrew Israelites. Those guys have been very helpful with growing my understanding, and we've, studied the scriptures together. And they have been a blessing from the Most High Yah Yahuwah as well, because when I first started this channel, I was expecting to pretty much have an all-Gentile congregation, because I figured that there was, based on what I had experienced growing up, that there was going to be no other Israelites who wanted to hear this truth. I didn't think there was going to be a lot of Israelites who were going to want to learn about the true Negro swarthy complexion of the Edomites and all that, or that marrying a woman of another nation is not a sin. It's about marrying someone outside the covenant. I didn't think, I kind of been conditioned to think every Israelite was pretty much one West. So seeing those guys, be very supportive and helpful, help me grow. It's been really great. And, I'm excited to continue on with this channel and learn new things. There's going to be some big lessons coming out in the future because there's some more false doctrine that must be shot down. So we'll go deal with that in the future. Thanks everybody, and bye for now.